Let's go to Luke the 6th chapter. Luke 6. Luke 6. You know, women, they do that, don't they? They always, ooh, that's a nice dress you got. You don't hear man, that's a nice shoes you got. We don't do that. You might say, man, those some sharp shoes, man. Something like that. Luke 6. I always don't like to see brothers and sisters doing good. Luke 6 and 27. Luke 6 and 27. Now this is a law of love. Look, because that's what we're dealing with today. Love.
All right.
Y'all didn't notice that?
Amen.
Luke 6 and 27. Go ahead and read it.
But I say unto you, which hear, love your enemies.
Uh-oh. That's a real love now. Now, you dealing with some real love now, aren't you? He said love your enemies. You know, I love this brother right here. This is my brother. But he said love your enemies, though.
All right.
Now, that's a little different spin on things there now, ain't it? This is going to take some work here. Go ahead and read.
Do good to them which hate you.
Uh-oh. Do good to them which hate you? You know Israel got a problem with that, because you get me, I want to get you back.
Right.
But he said, do good to them that hate you. Go ahead and read.
Bless them that curse you,
Uh-huh.
and pray for them which despitefully use you.
Go ahead.
And unto him that smitteth thee on the one cheek, offer also the other. And him that taketh away thy cloak, forbid not to take thy coat also. Give to every man that asketh of thee.
Now wait a minute. He said, give to every man that asks of thee. What if your enemy come and asks of you? Are you going to give to him?
Yes, sir.
He said, give of every man that asks of thee, right?
Amen.
Sometimes you got to put your feelings, your feelings aside. A lot of times your feelings not valid.
Amen. Amen.
You know that, don't you?
Yes.
You got to sometimes put your feelings aside. You will be a servant of God. This takes putting your feelings aside, don't it? Putting your personality aside, don't it? Go ahead and read now. What verse you at?
Verse 30.
Read that again. Go ahead and read.
Give to every man that asketh of thee, and of him that taketh away thy goods.
Go ahead.
Ask them not again.
Keep reading.
And as ye would that men should do to you, do ye also to them likewise.
Go ahead.
For if ye love them which love you, that thank have.
Read that again.
For sinners also love those that love them.
Read that verse 32 again.
For if ye love them which love you, what thank have ye?
He said, if you love them that love you, what thank have ye? Go ahead and read.
For sinners also love those that love them.
Sinners love those that love them. The sinner, he got a brother and sister, friends and that. He loves them, don't he?
Amen.
So if you only love the people that love you, then how different are you from the sinner then? He already told you love your enemy, didn't he? That's the difference with a servant of God. That's the difference. You not only do you love those that love you, you love your enemies too. That's the difference. Go ahead and read.
Verse 33.
And
if ye do good to them which do good to you, what thank have ye?
Go ahead.
For sinners also do even the same.
So what makes you different if you're doing good to them that do good to you? What makes you different? He said the sinners, they do the same thing. But what makes the difference is if your enemy asks of you, you give them. Unlike the sinner, his enemy asks of him, he ain't giving him nothing. This is the difference between the servant of God and the sinner or the regular guy.
Teach.
Go ahead and read. What verse you at?
Verse 34. And if ye lend to them of whom ye hope to receive, what thank have ye? For sinners also lend to sinners to receive as much again. But love ye your enemies and do good.
Now he said that twice, didn't he? He said, love your enemy and do good. Go ahead and read.
And lend, hoping for nothing again. And your reward shall be great, and shall be the children of the highest.
Go ahead.
For he is kind unto the unthankful and to the evil.
Keep reading.
Be ye therefore merciful, as your Father also is merciful.
See, that's what this is one of the traits of God. And he wants you to be merciful just like he is merciful. Go ahead and read.
Judge not, and ye shall not be judged. Condemn not, and ye shall not be condemned.
Go ahead.
Forgive, and ye shall be forgiven.
Forgive, and you shall be forgiven. Don't condemn, and you won't be condemned. Verse 38, go ahead.
Give, and it shall be given unto you.
Ooh. You see that? He said, give, and it shall be given unto you. Who's giving this unto you? The Lord is.
Yes, sir.
The Lord is giving it to you. Read that over, verse 38.
Give, and it shall be given unto you.
Go ahead.
Good measure, pressed down, and shaken together, and running over.
He said, I'm going to give you so much, it's going to be running over. Just you give, and then I'm going to take care of you. Because a lot of people, especially Israelites, be looking at that money like, oh, no. But the Lord said, give. The Lord loves a cheerful giver.
Make that plain, brother.
He loves a cheerful giver. Go ahead and read.
Shall man give into your bosom? For with the same measure that ye meet withal, it shall be measured to you again.
So whatever you give, the Lord is going to give back to you, and he's going to give unto you where it's overflowing. That's a good deal, ain't it? Come on. Let's go to Matthew 18 chapter, Matthew 18. Now here is the unforgiving servant right here. Matthew 18, because the Lord said forgive your neighbor too, don't he? They sin against you, how many times must you forgive them? 7 times? They said, no, 7 times 70. We have Matthew 18 and 21, Matthew 18 and 21. This is all a part of your walk too. Forgiving one another. Not holding grudges with one another. Because you never know. You got a grudge against somebody, this your friend. Now y'all done got into it. Now I ain't speaking to you for over a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. I ain't spoke to you in a year. Now what if that person died? And I have seen it myself. You know the one that do all the hollering? The one that was into it with that person. You understand? The one that was into it with that person, that's the one that's doing all the hollering at the funeral. I wish I had did this, and I wish I could have said this to him. I wish I could have said that to him. Sometimes you just let stuff go. You're going to be hot for a little bit, and then just let it go. Life is too short. Life is too short. We have Matthew 18 and 21, right? Go ahead and read it.
Then came Peter to him and said, Lord, how oft shall thy brother sin against me, and I forgive him? Till 7 times?
Go ahead.
Jesus said unto him, I say not unto thee until 7 times, but until 70 times 7.
This is how much you must sow, because if you don't forgive your brother or your neighbor, the Lord ain't going to forgive you. Forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. Right. As we, not if, as we forgive our debts. Because if you don't forgive your neighbor, then the Lord ain't going to forgive you. Or if you don't forgive your loved one, the Lord ain't going to forgive you. That's fair, ain't it?
Yes, it is.
Go ahead and read.
Therefore is the kingdom of heaven likened unto a certain king, which will take account of his servants.
Go ahead.
And when he had begun to reckon, one was brought unto him, which owed him 10,000 talents.
Go ahead.
But for as much as he had not to pay, his Lord commanded him to be sold, and his wife and children and all that he had, and payment to be made.
He said, look, but as much as he had, first of all, he owed him 10,000 pence. Let's just say he owed him $10,000. Okay? He said, but for as much as he had not to pay, his Lord commanded him to be sold, and his wife, and his children, and all that he had, and payment to be made. Look, man, I want my money. Otherwise, I'm going to sell you, your family, and whatever you got that's worth something. He wanted his money, didn't he? Go ahead and read.
The servant therefore fell down and worshipped him, saying, Lord, have patience with me, and I will pay thee all.
Go ahead.
Then the Lord of that servant was moved with compassion and loosed him, and forgave him the debt.
Ooh, you see that? He just said, Lord, forgive me. And I'm going to pay you all. Not that I don't have it now or I ain't going to be able to pay. He said, look, I'm going to pay it all to you. Lord said, you know what? Don't even worry. He had compassion on him. He a merciful God, ain't he? He said, look, don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it. But go ahead. That same servant, though. What did he do? Go ahead.
Verse 28. But the same servant went out and found one of his fellow servants, which owed him 100 pence.
Now, he owed him $1. But he owed the Lord $10,000, and his fellow servant owed him $1. What did he do?
And he laid hands on him.
And look at that. He done laid hands on the guy. Go ahead. What else he do?
And took him by the throat, saying, pay me that thou owest.
Took him by the throat. Look at man, give me my money. Got him up against the wall. Give me my $1. He owed the Lord $10,000. The Lord forgave him. Somebody owed him $1. He done grabbed him by the throat, man. Get my money. That is really something. You know people like that, don't you? They owe somebody some money. Oh, I ain't got it right now. They always ducking and dodging. Then when they owe something, then when somebody owe them something, they screaming to the hill, man, want my money and this and that, and I'm going to do this to you and that to you when they owe somebody some money. You know people like this, don't you? Go ahead and read.
Verse 29. And his fellow servant fell down at his feet and besought him, saying, have patience with me, and I will pay thee all. Just like he did with the Lord, right? He told the Lord, look, just have a little patience with me. I'm going to pay you all of it. The Lord said, that's all right. Don't even worry about it. But now this guy done fell down on his knees and stuff and begged the guy, forgive me. You understand? I'm going to pay all of it. Give me a little time. I'm going to pay you. What did he do? And he would not. But went and cast him into prison. Look, he done threw him in jail. Call the police. Somebody come get him. He owed me $1. Lock the man up. Go ahead and read. Till he should pay the debt. Now, how you going to pay the debt if he locked up? How's he going to pay the debt if he's locked up? Go ahead and read. So when the fellow servants saw that was done, they were very sorry, and came and told unto their Lord all that was done. Go ahead. Then his Lord, after that he had called him, said unto him, O thou wicked servant. You see what he called him? A wicked servant. Now you owe me, I forgave you, but now somebody you owe me $10,000, right? And I forgave you, but then somebody owe you $1, and then you gonna throw him into prison. He said, oh, you wicked servant, you. Look at what he's going to do to him. Go ahead and read. I forgave thee all that debt, because thou desirest me. Go ahead. Shouldest thou also have had compassion on thy fellow servant, even as I had pity on thee? And his Lord was wroth, and delivered him the tormentors. He said, and his Lord was wroth, and delivered him to the tormentors. Because, you know, the Lord said, look, do unto others, you would have them to do unto others if you have them to do unto you, right? Now the Lord doesn't, forgave him the debt, but now he don't want to forgive no debt. $1 at that. Read that verse again. What verse you at? Verse 34. And his Lord was wroth, and delivered him to the tormentors. Till he should pay all that was due unto him. So he grabbed him back again and said, no, now you're going to pay me now. He said he grabbed him and took him to the torment till he should pay all that was due unto him. Go ahead. So likewise shall my heavenly Father do also unto you. If ye from your hearts forgive not every one his brother
Go ahead.
their trespasses.
Now, so the Lord gonna get you if you don't forget every man his trespasses. See, that's what I'm saying. You got to learn how to forgive people, don't you? You want the Lord to forgive you. You want people to forgive you. You need to learn how to start forgiving people. Let's go now. Let's go. I'm not saying let nobody use you now. Don't get me wrong. You don't put yourself in a position for nobody to use you. Let's go now. Let's go to first. Let's go to. We had Romans the 13th chapter. Romans 13. Romans 13. And we're gonna pick it up at verse. We're just gonna read one verse. Romans 13 and 7. Romans 13 and 7. Everybody got it?
Amen.
Amen.
Go ahead and read it.
Render therefore to all their dues. Tribute to whom tribute is due. Custom to whom custom. Fear to whom fear. Honor to whom honor.
Now, he said, render therefore to all their dues. Tribute to whom tribute is due. Custom to whom custom is due. Fear to whom fear, and honor to. We got to learn. See, these are good traits to have, aren't they?
Yes, sir.
You know, you honor people and honor men. You understand how to honor somebody. And you understand when to fear somebody. But now, the Lord had the apostle to write this now. So there's a time there, a time and place for everything, ain't it? Big boss come in, you know, from out of town to your job. Then you learn how to do a little fear, don't you? And you show some honor. You can show some fear and some honor. You can do that. This is a good trait to have. A good trait to have. Let's go now. So he said, fear to whom fear, honor to whom honor, custom to whom custom. Let's go now. Let's go to Matthew, the 22nd chapter. Matthew 22. And we're going to pick it up at verse 15. Matthew 22 and 15. and 15. When you get it, go ahead and read it.
Then went the Pharisees and took counsel how they might entangle him in his talk. And they sent out unto him their disciples with the Herodians, saying, Master, we know that thou art true, and teachest the way of God in truth. Neither carest thou for any man, for thou regardest not the person of men.
Go ahead.
Tell us therefore, what thinkest thou? Is it lawful to give tribute unto Caesar or not?
Now, so they asked him, we know you don't care about no guy, who no guy is, because the Lord is not a respecter of persons. So he said, is it right to give tribute to Caesar? Go ahead and read.
Verse 18. But Jesus perceived their wickedness and said.
Because they always trying the Lord. You gonna outsmart the author of the book. How you gonna outsmart him? But Jesus perceived their wickedness and said, go ahead.
Why tempt ye me, ye hypocrites?
He knew who he was dealing with, didn't he? He said, why y'all tempted me, you hypocrites? Man, he called it, didn't he? Everybody thought Jesus was some type of cream puff, but he's scared of the Pharisees and that. Jesus talked about calling those vipers and snakes and everything, didn't he? One time sat down and made a whip, went into the synagogue or went into the temple and started whipping them with the whip and changing, kicking over the money tables and everything. Jesus was not no punk. But go ahead and read though.
Verse 19. Show me the tribute money. And they brought unto him a penny.
Go ahead.
And he said unto them, who is this image and superstition?
Because they asked him, should we pay tribute to Caesar. He's like, well, look, bring me, because this is the wisdom of the Lord. He said, look, bring me a penny. Whose inscription do you see on this penny? Go ahead and read.
Whose is the image and superscription? They said unto him, Caesar.
Go ahead.
Then saith him unto them, render therefore unto Caesar the things which are Caesar's, and unto God the things that are God's.
Now that's wisdom right there. Because look, you're going to have to pay taxes anyway. That's just like somebody come and say, well, look, man, you think I ought to be paying taxes? And the Lord said, look, whose superscription is on that penny? He said, they say Caesar. So, okay, render to what Caesar's, and what to the Lord or to God, to God. So you pay tribute to whom tribute is due. You understand? This man asking for taxes, then you got to pay taxes then, don't you? Period. They're going to get you anyway if you don't try to dodge them. You're going to eventually get caught, so you might as well take it easy on yourself and make, can I make some payments? Because they're going to catch you sooner or later. So you pay tribute to whom tribute is due, right? And you give it to, render therefore to Caesar the things which are Caesar's, and unto God the things which are God's. Go ahead and read.
When they had heard these words, they marveled and left him and went their way.
Now, let's go to 1 Peter, the 2nd chapter, 1 Peter 2. I'm just, dealing with some behavior issues that a lot of us have. I know I had them myself, on how, behavior issues and how we supposed to treat each other and our loved ones and our neighbors. All right, Allie. We're almost out of here. 1 Peter 2, and we're going to pick it up at verse 13. 1 Peter 2 and 13. We need to do more lessons like this to be reminded of how we're supposed to conduct ourselves as servants of God and how we're supposed to treat people.
Amen.
1 Peter 2 and 13, 1 Peter 2 and 13, and while I'm teaching y'all, I'm teaching myself too, because I need to be reminded of this myself.
Amen.
1 Peter 2 and 13, 1 Peter 2 and 13, go ahead and read it.
Submit yourselves to every ordinance of men for the Lord's sake.
Go ahead.
Whether it to be the king as supreme.
See, he says, submit yourselves to every ordinance of man for the Lord's sake. If people got a problem with us having a 501c3. Y'all got a 501c3, the government, they'll tell y'all to do this. Y'all working for the government. Y'all some agents. I'm like, what? I haven't seen one government official come down here and say anything to us. I have not talked to any government officials about the church except when we first got our 501c3. You understand? Other than that, the government ain't said nothing to us. They just want to know who's who and who's doing what. That's it. But I'm going to let you in on a secret though. If you start speaking against the government, or you start saying something wrong that the government don't like, I don't care if you got a 501c3 or not, they can still shut you down. What do you think you are? You think you go around saying anything that you want to say, and then the government ain't going to say nothing? They'll make an excuse to come and kick your door in. See, people don't think, though. You got a 501c3. Y'all with the government. Y'all agents. I'm like, that's so wrong. Israel is something else, boy. What verse you at, brother?
Verse 14. Or unto governors, as unto them that are sent by him for the punishment of evildoers.
Go ahead.
And for the praise of them that do well. For so is the will of God, that with well doing ye may put to silence the ignorance of foolish men. As free, and not using your liberty for a cloak of maliciousness, but as the servants of God, honor all men, love the brotherhood.
He said, honor all men, love the brotherhood. Go ahead.
Fear God. Honor the king.
Honor the king. Because I don't care if Donald Trump get president, Hillary Clinton get president, I still got to honor them, right? No matter who becomes the president, you still got to honor them.
Amen.
Verse 18, go ahead.
Servants, be subject to your masters with all fear. Not only to the good and gentle, but also to the froward.
Oh, so no matter whether he's a froward person or a wicked person or not, he says, servants, be subject to your masters with all fear. Not only to the good and the gentle, but also to the froward. So no matter how they act, you're still supposed to treat them with some respect. Everybody understand?
Amen.
You might be talking under your breath after you walk away from them, but you know, you don't say that to them. Now, let's go to 1 Samuel, the 24th chapter. 1 Samuel 24. 1 Samuel 24, we're going to pick it up at verse 1. Because David understood this. He understood how to, although his master was a froward person, he still showed him honor. We're at 1 Samuel 24, 1 Samuel 24, and we're going to pick it up at verse 1. And you know, this is food for thought right here. 1 Samuel 24 and 1. Go ahead and read it.
And it came to pass, when Saul was returned from following the Philistines, that it was told him, saying, Behold, David is in the wilderness of Engedi.
Now, because you know, Saul was trying to kill David at this time. And David like, you know what, I've only done good to you, Saul. Why are you trying to kill me? Saul was trying to kill David because when David went out, he killed 10,000 men. Saul killed 1,000. So the women started cheering and stuff and singing songs and stuff. David had killed his 10,000. Saul had killed his 1,000. And Saul's like, I'm the king. Wait a minute, y'all singing about David? So he got envious of David. He got jealous of him. So from that time on, he sought to kill him. But David was good to Saul, though. But go ahead and read.
Verse 2. Then Saul took 3,000 chosen men out of all Israel, and went to seek David and his men upon the rocks of the wild goats.
Go ahead. Now look, he got 3,000 men. Now he coming to get them. He coming after David. Go ahead and read. Now David, let me just say, David was right up under the king. Not only that, David was getting ready to become king. Because the Lord getting ready to put Saul down, which was the king, and he's fixing to raise David up. And everybody knew this, including Saul. But Saul, you know, it's just like you training somebody for your job. you get ready to lose your job, and then you training somebody to take over your job. And that's what was going on with Saul and with David. He was training David to take over his job being king. And he's like, I ain't having it. So I'm going to kill David. Go ahead and read.
Verse 3. And he came to the sheep coast by the way, where was a cave. And Saul went in to cover his feet. And David and his men remained in the sides of the cave.
Now they're watching Saul. Now Saul, he going in the cave to go to sleep. But David and his guys watching him. Go ahead and read.
And the men of David said unto him, Behold, the day of which the Lord said unto thee, Behold, I will deliver thy enemy into thy hand, that thou mayest do to him as it shall seem good unto thee.
Go ahead now, this is his boys now, David's guys, like, look, the Lord getting ready to deliver Saul into your hand. Now you can go ahead and get him, David. Go ahead and read.
Then David arose and cut off the skirt of Saul's robe privily.
Now wait a minute now. Saul in there asleep, and David went in the cave and cut part of his skirt off. Because his boys, the David boys, was like, go ahead and kill him. Lord just deliver him into your hand. He in there asleep, go get him. But then David just creeped on over there, cut off part of his skirt. He could have killed him, couldn't he?
Right. Right.
Go ahead and read.
And it came to pass afterward that David's heart smote him because he had cut off Saul's skirt.
Now look, he upset with himself because he done cut off part of Saul's skirt. This brother here had some humility about him, some integrity, some honor about him, didn't he? Verse 6.
And he said unto his men, the Lord forbid that I should do this thing unto my master.
Go ahead.
The Lord's anointed, to stretch forth mine hand against him, seeing he is the anointed.
He said, look, he just cut off part of his skirt. He could have killed him. But he's like, you know what? I shouldn't have done this to the Lord's anointed. This is what he telling his soldiers. Because they like, get him. But David like, no, I shouldn't have done this to the Lord's anointed. To God's anointed. That's some humility. That's some honor there, ain't it? This guy running all over the country trying to kill you. Now, you got an opportunity to kill him. And he'll kill him in his sleep. Skip down to verse 9. Skip down to verse 9. Go ahead and read.
And David said to Saul, wherefore hearest thou men's words, saying, behold, David seeketh thy hurt.
He said, you know, why you listening to these guys talking about, I'm trying to hurt you, Saul? Why you listening to these guys? So that's another thing that Saul thought to look. Since he went after David, David going to try to get him now. He said, why are you listening to them guys? Just like David didn't listen to his guy when he went cut the skirt up there. Like, get him. Kill him. So David telling Saul, now look, why are you listening to your men? Go ahead and talk about, I'm trying to hurt you. Look at what he's going to say. Verse 10, go ahead.
Behold, this day thine eyes have seen how that the Lord have delivered thee today into my hand in the cave. He
said, now you know what? Now you get ready to see how the Lord delivered you into my hand when you was in the cave. Go ahead and read.
And some bade me kill thee, but my eyes spared thee. And I said, I will not put forth my hand against my Lord, for he is the Lord's anointed.
Ooh, he's still calling him his Lord too, isn't he? Look at the humility. Look at the honor. He said, look, my people told me to go ahead and kill you, but I spared you. Now you're going to tell him. Because I know Saul had been shaking in his boots once he showed him. But go ahead and read.
Moreover, my father.
Now he's still showing him some humility and some honor. He said, moreover, my father.
See the skirt of thy robe in my hand.
He said, look, I got the skirt of your piece of your robe in my hand. Look at what I got. I could have killed you. Go ahead and read.
For in that I cut off the skirt of thy robe, and killed thee not.
Go ahead.
Know thou and see that there is neither evil nor transgression in my hand, and I have not sinned against thee.
Go ahead.
Yet thou huntest my soul to take it.
Ooh, he said, look, I got part of your skirt of your robe in my hand. He said, I'm not trying to do nothing to you. He said, well, look, you're trying to hunt me down like a dog. And Saul had a change of mind then. For a minute, I know he had to be shaking like, man, he could have killed me. Verse 12, go ahead and read it.
The Lord judge between me and thee, and the Lord avenge of me of thee.
Go ahead.
But my hand shall not be upon thee.
He said, I'm not going to come upon you. I'm not going to try to kill you, Saul. I'm not going to try to kill you. He said, the Lord going to judge between us, but I'm not going to touch you. Skip down to verse 16. Skip down to verse 16. Go ahead and read.
And it came to pass, when David had made an end of speaking these words unto Saul, that Saul said, Is this thy voice, my son David?
Now look, now he humbled himself, didn't he? He said, is this my son voice that I hear? Because David called him father, and he called him son now, ain't he? Well, he's trying to hunt him down, though, wasn't he? Read that again.
Verse 16. And it came to pass, when David had made an end of speaking these words unto Saul, that Saul said, Is this thy voice, my son David? And Saul lifted up his voice and wept.
And he lifted up his voice and wept. Why? Because he was trying to kill David and everything. And then somebody telling Saul, look, David's going to try to kill you. And David like, look, man, I'm not trying to kill you. I could have killed you. But I did, you did. And then Saul felt so bad that he started crying and saying, look, this is my son's voice that I'm hearing. Go ahead and read.
Verse 17. And he said to David, thou art more righteous man than I.
He said, you are more righteous man than I. Go ahead.
For thou hast rewarded me good. Whereas I have rewarded thee evil.
Go ahead.
And thou hast showed this day how that thou hast dwelt with me. For as much as we, the Lord, have delivered me into thy hand, thou killest me not.
He understood now, don't he? Because somebody, you chasing somebody down, and then they got a chance to kill you, and they don't. Boy, you in debt to them. I owe you $1. you are in debt to them. Go ahead and read.
Verse 19. For if a man find his enemy, will he let him go well away?
He said, if a man find his enemy, he's going to kill him. He's not going to let him go away. But David let Saul go. Why? Because David honored Saul. He honored the king, didn't he? Go ahead and read.
Wherefore, the Lord reward thee good for that thou hast done unto me this day.
Go ahead.
And now, behold, I know well that thou shalt surely be king.
Now, see, because, he didn't, he tried to block David from being king. He knew he was going to be king. But now, he really knows that he is going to be king. Now, he said, and now, behold, I know well that thou surely shall surely be king. Because you're a better man than I am, David. You're a better man than I am. Go ahead and finish that.
And that the kingdom of Israel shall be established in thy hand.
And the kingdom of Israel should be established in thy hand. Let's go to 1 Thessalonians. We got a few more. 1 Thessalonians, the 14th chapter. 1 Thessalonians 5. And we're going to pick it up in verse 14. 1 Thessalonians 5 and verse 14. Now let that be a lesson to all of us. 1 Thessalonians 5 and 14. Now David was a righteous man, wasn't he? 1 Thessalonians 5 and 14. Go ahead and read it.
Now we exhort you, brethren, warn them that are unruly, comfort the feeble-minded, support the weak, be patient toward all men. You know, sometimes you got to show some patience towards people. You know, sometimes some people got an attitude, you understand, or their personality is a little jacked up. You let them go, let live. You understand? Let them go ahead, and that's the way they want to act. Let them go and act that way. You got to have patience with people. You got to have some patience. Go ahead and read, because one day that person, you have some patience with them. One day that person might change. Well, both of y'all start with that personality thing, and y'all gonna be into it. So sometimes we need to have patience towards all men or towards people. Verse 15, this is what I'm getting at. Go ahead. See that none render evil for evil
unto any
man.
That's what I really wanted to get to. See that none render evil for evil unto any man. Because David could have rendered evil to Saul because Saul meant him evil, didn't he? He says, see that none render evil for evil unto any man. Go ahead.
But ever follow that which is good, both among yourselves. Go ahead. And to all men.
Now, so he said, follow that which is good, both among yourself and among all men. So he wants you to do good at all times, don't he? Amen. Let's go to James, the 2nd chapter. James 2. James, the second chapter, and we're going to pick it up at verse 14. James 2 and 14. Go ahead and read it.
What doth it profit, my brethren?
Uh-huh.
Though a man say he have faith
Uh-huh.
and have not works, can faith have saved him?
Go ahead.
If a brother or sister be naked and destitute of daily food,
Uh-huh.
and one of you say unto them, depart in peace, be ye warm and filled,
Uh-huh.
notwithstanding ye give them not those things which are needful to the body,
Go ahead.
what doth it profit?
Now, he say, you know, somebody, they hungry or whatever. You understand? They need something good. He say, you know what? Be ye warm and filled. I'm going to pray for you. He said, what have you done for that person? You haven't done nothing for that person. Yea, a man may say, thou have faith and I have works. Show me thy faith without thy works, and I will show you my faith by my works. Because this is how you have to show your faith. By your works. I'm sorry, I read that before you. So I tell you what, read verse 17.
Even so faith.
Going too fast, you know, because you know you had no faith without works, man. That don't mean nothing. It don't mean nothing. I'm sorry, read verse 16 again. Read verse 16 again.
And one of you say unto them, depart in peace,
Uh-huh.
be ye warm and filled,
Uh-huh.
notwithstanding ye give not them not those things, ye give them, not those things which are needful to the body.
Uh-huh.
What doth it profit?
What does it profit if you don't give that person something to eat or some clothes to put on? Go ahead and read.
Even so,
Uh-huh.
faith, if it have not works, is dead. being alone.
Ooh, he said faith, if it have not worked, it is dead being alone. So you got to have some works with this faith. You just can't be talking about it. You got to be about it. Somebody come to you and say, look, man, I need something to eat. Can you help me out? You got a pocket full of money. Oh, brother, I can't help you today. You got a pocket full of money. I'll pray for you, though. What good have you done that person? You know, if you just got some change in your pocket, just give it to them. I know some people, though, that will give you the shirt off of their backs.
Amen.
They will give you the shirt off of their backs. Keep reading.
Verse 18.
Uh-huh.
Yea, a man may say, thou hast faith,
Uh-huh.
and I have works. Show me thy faith without thy works,
Uh-huh.
and I will show thee my faith by my works.
And that's how you show your faith, by your works. That's how you show your faith, by your works. Let's go now. Let's go to Proverbs, the 14th chapter. So somebody come to you saying that they need something, you can give it to them. Give it to them. That is a part of that you showing faith, and not only are you showing faith, you are showing your works. Because faith without works is dead. Everybody understand?
Amen.
Proverbs 14 and 20. Proverbs 14 and 20. You a servant of God, and then every time somebody come to you and ask you, can you help me? Oh, no, I can't help you, but I pray for you. You're not giving that person what is needful for them. You're not showing your faith by your works then, are you? Proverbs 14 and 20. Don't let nobody use you now.
Amen.
Because you know you got some Israelites that will try to use. You see them on, well, I ain't going to even go there. Proverbs 14 and 20. Proverbs 14 and 20. Go ahead and read it.
The poor is hated even of his own neighbor.
Because, you know, a lot of times the poor are despised. The poor are despised. But you should not despise the poor. You understand? You treat everybody the same. Don't be a respecter of persons. Read that again.
The poor is hated even of his own neighbor.
Uh-huh.
But the rich have many friends.
See, because, you know, that's all. People, you know, it's a song like that. People come around when you got money, don't they?
Amen.
Look at all the people around the rich people, Donald Trump and all these type of people. They got a lot of people around. I just heard them yesterday saying, well, I'm never alone. That's because somebody always around you trying to figure out how I can get some of that money. Trying to figure out how to get some of that money. But go ahead, verse 21, go ahead.
He that despiseth his neighbor, sinneth.
Oh, you see that? You despise your neighbor, you sinner. You a sinner. Didn't know that this was in here, did you? You despise your neighbor, you are a sinner. Go ahead and read.
But he that hath mercy on the poor, happy is he.
See, when you got mercy on the poor, don't despise and everything, you help them out when you can. He said, happy is he. You feel good after you help somebody, don't you? I know I do. Let's go now. Let's go to Psalm 101. Psalm 101 and 4. Psalm 101 and 4. Just back on up. Psalm 101 and 4. Nothing wrong with being good and doing good and helping somebody. Because one day, you never know, you might need some help. But those same people you meet going up, those same people you meet going down. And we all have been there. 101 and 4. Psalm 101 and 4. Go ahead and read it.
A forward heart shall depart from me. I will not know a wicked person.
He said, I will not know a wicked person. Go ahead.
Whoso privily slandereth his neighbor.
He said, whoso privately slander his neighbor. You know, every time you come outside, you know, the neighbor come out, then y'all standing there talking about the other neighbor. Slandering them. You know people do that. Whoso privately slander his neighbor,
him will I cut off.
Go ahead.
Him that have an high look and a proud heart,
go ahead.
Will not I suffer.
Now you ain't know that was in there, did you? He said, I'm going to cut him off, the one that slandered his neighbor. I wonder, is this in the Metu Netta? I wonder, is this in the pyramid text? I said I was going to leave him alone there. Go ahead and read. What verse you at?
Verse 6.
Let's go now. Let's go now, because we got like two more after this one. Ephesians 4 and 25. Ephesians 4 and 25. Ephesians 4 and 25. Go ahead and read it.
Wherefore, putting away lying, speak every man truth with his neighbor.
Speak every man truth with his neighbor. Go ahead.
For we are members one of another. But ye angry and sin not.
He said, be ye angry and sin not.
Let not the sun go down upon your wrath.
Don't let the sun go down upon your wrath. Look, if you're mad at somebody, you need to get over it. Of course, people go, I mean, that's emotion that we got, right? But you see what the Lord said, don't let the sun go down upon your wrath. You know why? Because the next day, that person might be gone. The next day, you might be gone. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, is it really worth it? Is it really worth it? When you really look at the big scheme of things, is it really worth it? Let's go now. Let's go to Romans the 15th chapter. Romans 15. We got one more. Romans 15, and we're going to pick it up.